Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. I hope you enjoying your wonderful Sunday. Um, I do have a lot of information for you guys, and I'm gonna just try to roll it all up into one. Um, my brother Mark wanted me to do a reading for him. Um, Now, Mark, when it comes to you, man, when I saw your photo, it was instant. Like I knew you, and I still haven't put that piece together of why I know you, but I know you. But I did get a little bit of your cosmic reading on your Akashic side, and I'll go into that. And then I'll go into some white hat information, and then I'll try to end it with something fun. One of the experiences that I went into, um, I think this was 2 days ago. That experience, I had fun there. So, okay, now let's talk about your information, Mark. Okay, Mark, you were one of the original White Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur. I pulled your information. You also were there at the same time as Carrie Cassidy. You have a connection to Carrie Cassidy. You definitely knew her in that time period. I've heard Carrie Cassidy mention her connection to King Arthur. Didn't knew, didn't know if that information was correct until now. I can see her very clearly. Blonde hair, blue eye, green velvet dress, or it seems to be velvet green material, to me anyway. Mark, I see you with the sword in hand looking down upon a man that you threw to the ground. This guy had to have been up to no good. Your armor shining under the sunlight as if the armor itself is alive. I know you, Mark. I feel it in my soul. As I stated before, I do have this feeling like I know you. I have not put that together yet, but it's a strong connection. I know you. When I first saw you, I knew that there was something magical, that you held something majestic about you. It was a wizard around King Arthur time. I don't remember that wizard name. Merlin, I think. I do believe he put a magic spell on the armor to protect those knights. There is no way that armor shines so brightly. And he had to, because we know when the sunlight hit certain metallic things, it do give like a shine. But this right here, it went way beyond that type of shine, like something spiritual about that armor when the sunlight hit it. So I know that that wizard back then had to have put some type of magic spell upon that armor to protect those knights of the round table. And Carrie Cassidy, she was there, man. I did see her. She had this green velvet dress on. Like I said, that material looked velvet to me, green. She was coming down some steps, and she had, like, you know how you ladies do, y'all, when you step and you don't want to step on your dress, so you pull it up a little bit. So that's what she was doing when I saw her, and I felt that connection between Mark and Carrie Cassidy, like he knew her from that time period. I don't know how strong of a connection, but he definitely knew her. So that was your information, Mark. And if I get any more information, I'll leave that for you in the comment section. Okay, now let's move on to white hat information. Um, there is a release of a video, and it's going to be talking about everything that I've gone over with you guys for the past year. Everything. I mean, if you started from the beginning on up to now, you will see in this video that I'm going to leave you a link. Check out that link. And also, I'm going to try to link or add to this video right here the military at odds with each other. Listen to that and then look at that link, and then you'll begin to see how things have been rolling out. But that video is white hat. That's a white hat video. They're going to be talking about black hats in that video as well, and everything that I've been talking about when it comes to these underground bases and everything in them. Okay, so let me get to the notes. Before I get to the notes, also, Seven Aurora, my comrade, my friend, that email you sent me with everyone up there, instant connection. Some connections stronger than others, but I knew every last one of them. When I looked at those faces of everybody, I knew them all, and it triggered me in a positive way. Now, guys, I have not been speaking on this because this kind of been, kind of private between me and Seven Aurora. But she know who she is, and you're correct. You're absolutely correct. I knew them and still know them. And it had me thinking, was I in the wrong fucking timeline? Like, what happened? Didn't really understand what was going on. But I definitely remember them. And we'll talk throughout the emails when it more. I'll try to connect with you today. We'll talk a little more about that. But yes, show the guys and the others that yeah, I know them. And I don't know, do I look the same when we go on those missions that we talked about? Do I look the same, or did you pick up on my energy? And how did you find me? If I don't look the same, how did you find me? You guys have the remote viewing capability that I do. Can you see energy? I have a lot of questions still. And maybe you guys can help me put that together, but I don't forget faces. I may forget names, but I will never forget a face because it ties into that ability that I have. I can read your energy, and energy is just like frequency. You don't forget it. But anyway, let me get into the white hat information. Now let's get into the white hat information. I have a video I need you guys to check out. Has everything to do with underground bases and what has been going on for the past few years. You're going to hear a lot of the same information I've been putting out long before the release of this video. White hats and black hats between our military and deep state corporations. You're going to hear human robots, human experiments. Do take notes because I'm going to help you link up things, okay? Take notes, okay? Very important when you're dealing with white hat information. There is hidden messages within those. So listen, please listen very carefully to that video and everything that I've been talking about. Number one, watch the video. I'm going to leave a link. Number two, go back and look at the video last year of the military at odds with each other. Like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that video to this right here. So continue to watch this video. It's going to pop in. Hopefully I can get it to pop in. Okay. And you'll see exactly what's going on. This is white hat information, and we are going to line up things for you. Listen to both videos very carefully. Q codes are being given. Okay, now let's get into a good ending. Now I want to talk about that experience that I had, and it was fun for me. It was really fun for me. Okay, now I go into this timeline, and of course, you know, like I said, we all exist in timelines, past, present, and future timelines. We are in those timelines. Well, this particular timeline, and you know how your boy Raw is, I like to go in, especially like when I'm having leisure time, and just be myself. So I go into this timeline, and there's a McDonald's in the same location in this particular timeline right here. In that timeline, that McDonald's still in the same location, but it's built a little bit different. Okay, built better. The food is a lot more clean. You know, none of that bad ingredients from this particular timeline. You know what I'm talking about. That McDonald's is healthier. They have healthy food there. And I think that they are going to try to start something like that in this timeline as well. I think that's coming soon. But I went into that future timeline. And so I'm at the drive-through window, and and I get a ticket. You know, it's like a receipt, but it has everything up there. It has your food order and everything else. And so I noticed that she didn't put everything up there that I want. So I drive up and around, and you know how they have like sections where you wait for your food, and since they're cooking your food fresh, certain things you're gonna have to wait a little longer, and you can't hold up the line, so you have to pull up. What in this particular place, when that happens, you go into like a almost like a garage type setting, and there are several cars on the side uh, of the building. Now, this section is built onto the McDonald's restaurant, where that person can just go from one side to bring your food to where these other cars are like parked in garage type. And I think there's only like 4 cars that you can put in there. So, and I'm looking at my car. Now, this car is nice. I'm talking about extremely nice, very upscale, and it's purple. And I think I chose that purple type car because that's the color of my aura. That's my favorite color. And on the front of the car, you know how we have like headlights here? Well, it's not like that at all. There's like a thin strip that wraps around the front, and the front is like aerodynamics. Very nice car. Like the ones that you would see in these high tech car shows. Uh, so anyway, I drive through that place, and because of how things are set up now, if you're not supposed to be in there, if you're not supposed to go in there, they know. Um, so when I go in, and there's like a bump, like a speed bump before you go inside that place with your car and sit and wait for your food. There's a speed bump. Right when I touched that speed bump, the alarm went off because my car was not supposed to go in there. Only the cars that are there waiting for their food. I don't know how they have it set up. Maybe they take like a picture of your license plate, and you can go in there based off of that photo, the photo of your car. I don't know. It's very high tech for that time period. It's very high tech, and at a McDonald's. So I go in there. I get out the car. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get out the fucking car and just walk in there and just wait till somebody come. Well, the alarm kept going off. It kept going off. And I'm seeing other cars. I saw this one car that was already in there. Saw this one car that was already in there. First, let me tell you the inside of my car. Now, the inside of my car, um, it was light purple. It was a different shade of purple other than the outside of the car. And so when I opened the car door, I noticed that it had like diamond shape um, design from the seat, and it looked like it had on the door like velvet. It was like velvet, light purple leather seats, and it just had like beautiful designs within the car. Well, anyway, so as I'm waiting inside the place, the alarm finally went off, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get my damn car. So I drive in the place with my car, and I'm waiting for this girl to come out and get my damn order right. Um, I don't even know if I was supposed to be in there at all, to be honest, but I'm waiting for somebody to come out. So, and I see on the outside, it's like, a drive through garage type. Um, so I'm seeing other cars that's on the outside, and they're lined up across like this. I see this one guy waiting in his car on the outside, getting ready to park his car and come in. And he's just sitting in the car. He's just sitting in the car, looking at my car. And then I see this BMW, beautiful BMW. I've never seen one like that. Another high tech car that this extremely beautiful black female was driving. It had blue, white, and black. And the front of the car had the BMW emblem. Very nice, high tech. And she get out the car and she began to walk in. And at this time, I'm trying to show the hell off. I'm on that side having fun. So, and I'm trying to impress this this female with my car. And she looked and she just kept walking. But I had that good feeling, like, I'm in this nice car, and it had to be a couple of years in the future, not too far from our future timeline, but it had to be like a couple of years. So you may start seeing a lot of these high tech cars, which you already do now. They have them, but you can't just go to a dealership and buy them. So, and I've seen high tech cars, and that's that's exactly what it looked like that I was driving. Very nice car. Anyway, I ended up coming back to this timeline. Um, so let me also say this. I'm gonna leave that link to, like I said, to that video, that white hat information, and it had not been out that long. So, and I don't know if there's been several copies of that video been made for the public, and I'm gonna release that here on this channel for you guys. I also left that video. It is the last video that I published in my community. So if you can't see that link, go to my community and watch that video. Anyway, I'm not gonna stretch this video out. I want to leave with I love, honor, respect all of you guys. Have a good day. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Today's discussion is going to be about military. Okay, let's begin. Now, we have several military factions across the world, including ours. Now, these military factions are, let's just say, some positive, some not so positive. And let's remember that we have been infiltrated for a very long time by good and negative factions. So when it comes to the military, it's just the same. You know, we're going to have good military with good intent, service to others, and you're going to have negative military factions that is in service to self. Now, many of these militaries do not want war with each other. And I'm talking about our military factions are at odds with each other on certain things for humanity. Now, there are certain military factions that serve the dark. Okay, we all know this. And for the longest time, they have been helping negative factions of extraterrestrials off planet with several agendas to steer humanity in a, well, to keep humanity back from evolving. And that's not a good thing, because as we know, all species, whether it be human or humanoid or not human at all, have to evolve, have to increase their conscience over time. So you have negative Anunnaki, you have negative reptilians, you have negative Greys. There's a lot of negative factions out there, even right down to the insectoids. And there's many types of insectoids, beings that's out there throughout the cosmos that do not have humanity best interests at heart. So when it comes to the military, there is no difference. There will be negative factions. Now, let's get into how they handle each other on a day-to-day basis. Now, either side do not want war with each other, especially with humans being in the middle of it, because humans on both sides are a resource, whether it be good resource or bad resources. You know, we are a resource to these are the positive and the negative. So when it comes to our military, to keep humanity out of the middle of it, they are using AI systems. Now, some of these AI systems have been developed for the best interest of humanity, and for the negative factions, they are using a off-planet AI system. It is what we call the Archons. Now, this AI that's off planet is extremely sophisticated, and they can attach themselves to a human host and use it like a drone. Now, these infiltrations can bring down your spiritual vibrational frequency, and you will begin to, take on a more negative faction. So when it comes to these militaries, like I said, they are using a AI system to infiltrate each other. They are using a smart way of trying to bring down their defense systems so that they can, either sides can get the upper hand on each other. Now, the reason why I bring this information to you guys is because you need to know. And I'm pretty sure you need to understand that how these things are being kept from you from behind the scenes. And like I said, we as human beings have to get caught up on everything. I don't want to hold anything back from you guys. And I'm going to have these interference, especially with the sounds being tampered with by these groups that do not want this information out. So I urge you guys, when you come across this video, it is for you. And if ever you have a problem with the sound, try to upgrade the sound in your ways. Like I said, it's not on my end, it's on YouTube end. And of course, we all know that YouTube have agents that work with these negative forces as well. And, that's just part of the game that's been played out here on Earth. Now, we are moving in a positive faction. That's without a doubt. And the deep state does not have as much strength as it did. Now, these human hybrids, positive and negative, works for these military factions. And they are in agreement to help humanity, the positive, elevate their conscience. So I'm not here to doom and gloom anything, because regardless, we are on a positive timeline. And, we just need to stick together as humans and non-humans of the positive nature and continue to move forward. And I will continue to not withhold information. When I receive this information, you guys will get this. So for any newcomers, please subscribe so that these agents do not withhold this information from you. Now, I have helped the military in many ways on many missions, because this is in my soul contract to help protect humanity. Now, when it comes to these Galactic Council members, I am a part of these Galactic Council members. And these members, many of them are at odds about how much they should be helping humanity. Like when I interface with Commander Astar, as much as he wants to help, he too do have to go through his council as well. And we are helping humanity. But humanity must understand that when we give you this information, do not dismiss it. Now, you have to take responsibility in your planet because this is the only home that you have. Now, let's get off on that and talk about there are schools of higher learning. Let's just put it that way, where children between the ages of 3 and 6 and sometimes a little bit older, they do go off and go aboard these crafts, and they get these higher learning, and sometimes they stay gone for a very long time. But here's the thing, time is only an illusion. Time is not real. Now, when they take these children, the positive side, it's in their soul contract to go off and learn from a human standpoint and bring that information back to you guys. Now, when they are returned, depending on how long they are gone, they bring these children back using technology, and it'll be as if they've only been gone for a few moments. So these kids can go aboard craft and grow up from the ages of 3 all the way up to 20 years old and be brought back to the age of 3 that they left. Now, this is technology that man really don't know anything about. And it's a regression type technology. They record when they take you and bring you back at the same time. So for those that don't know about this, these type of higher learning go on, and they serve humanity. These children grow up aboard craft to help serve and keep humanity on a positive timeline. Now, I myself have been in several of these projects, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But for the time being, I do want to, give you guys that information on what goes on from behind the scenes, because you guys are paying for this stuff. And I feel like, there are several military factions that I deal with that want this information out. And there are several people like me that are providing this information worldwide. I am not the only one with this information. Now, a lot of times that we do not meet up within these groups. So just be patient. It's going to take time to get rid of these minions that do not want this information out. Be patient. Believe in the plan, because regardless, source, God is behind it all. God is behind the positive and the negative. So, and no one is in control of how God wants this to be played out. So, and for the human population, we must continue to have compassion for each other. We must continue to help each other. It keeps us on a positive timeline. Okay? So keep compassion and love in your heart. Keep continuing to get this information for those that are not a part of these projects, you need to know. So once again, I love, honor, and respect you guys. Have a good day.